Hi, I'm Jill Kogut, the manager of the San Marcos Medifast Weight Control Center, and I'm with
Denise Mink.
Welcome, Denise.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what made you walk in the door to Medifast.
Well, like most people, I've gained and lost weight, and I know all about the diets and what works and what doesn't. And I've been putting off doing that diet again and steeling myself for some resolve. What inspired me was that my son wanted to become a Marine. He's going to be going through an unbelievable amount of training to do that. So what's my excuse? I just want to lose some weight. But
so if he can do it, you can do it, right?
If he can do it and do all that, I can certainly do it.
So let's talk a little bit about your weight loss experience. So going into the center each week, what did you feel was the best, what did you get out of it as far as that one-on-one counseling with Caitlin? What did you feel was the best thing for you as far as that support?
Well, I know people who actually went just directly to the website, and I admire people that can do that on their own, but I know myself, and being a single mom and not having that support system, I knew if I'm really going to make some lasting habit changes, I'm going to really have to work on this with help. So what I appreciate was they tailor-made the program to meet me, my lifestyle, my eating habits, the routine in my day, and by reviewing that and analyzing what those pitfalls are and the trigger foods and the stressors, I really could get a handle on what makes it work for me and what I need to do to make it a lifelong change, which is what my goal was. By meeting with a person face to face and having them know me and developing a relationship, I really felt that that was the key to my success. Was they were my cheer squad. They were everything for me. And all the people at the center, I feel like a celebrity walking there. And they know me, and I still go once a week, even though it's been 9 months since I've maintained that goal.
So any health changes for you? What are you doing differently now that you're down 50 pounds?
I had no energy. I would come home and fall asleep on the couch. And with being heavier, I didn't feel like exercising. I joined gyms and quit gyms. So it is a downward spiral. But once I started, I lost 7 pounds the first week.
That's great. That's motivation right there.
It is. And it's self-motivating because you think, oh, it's not that half pound that you think, oh, this is going to take me forever.
And what about maintenance? 9 months into it, what do you feel is the best thing, and what do you feel is something that's going to help you keep the weight off lifelong?
What impressed me about the diet is like, oh my gosh, it's time to eat again. I never got hungry. That was key. Always with the diet, when you feel it's not working, I'm hungry, you're thinking about food, you feel deprived. I didn't have that with this program.
And you're learning something, I take from it, during maintenance.
And during the maintenance program, I've trained myself now to have those healthy snacks and those meals and the kinds of food that are good for me and the bad food. I now can adapt what I've learned while on the weight loss program to what I can with the foods of every day.
That's great. And so size, you look amazing. What size were you then and now?
Well, I was wearing an 18, and sometimes tops were 2X or 1X, which is very depressing. And so shopping is a painful experience, looking at yourself in the mirror and realizing things don't fit. I'm a size 8.
Wow, that's great.
I haven't been a size 8 since high school.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you have gotten to the success you've gotten to, and I'm glad that we're able to help you.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
And we look forward to seeing you, for more time in the center. So I'm sure you'll stop in even after maintenance and continue your success with us.
It's been a wonderful journey, and I can't speak enough for the people who've helped me get there.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad we could.